Hi, welcome to Basic Math Functions in Excel Part 4. In this video, we will cover round, round up, and round down functions. Now let's understand what these functions are. The first one is a round function. It rounds to the nearest value with a given number of decimals. The syntax for round function is equal to round, and within the parenthesis, you give the number, and then the number of digits that you want to give, you have to mention that. Now, in round up, it always rounds up and away from the rounding up is away from zero, and round down will always round down, that is the number will be rounded towards zero. Now we have a sample data set here with item, price, quantity, and total price, and we want to round to say two decimals, for example. Now we have calculated the price and quantity, and we have got the total price. Now the total price, we have three digits somewhere, we have four decimals or three decimals. Now we want to have a uniform number of decimals, that is two decimals. For this, you have to use a round function is equal to round or round. Click on this and then take the total price, which is cell D13. And when number of digits that you want, that is the number of decimals, is 2, and then press enter. So we're going to get 61.73. So it is rounding to the nearest value. And round up will also do a similar function in a similar way, is equal to round up and then enter the number. The cell reference is the same, D13, and number of digits is 2, and then press enter. Again, you're going to get the similar result. But in round down, if you take the cell, the same cell as a reference, and round down, and D13 as your reference, and the number of digits are 2. So let's press enter. See, so here we are getting 61.72. So it is rounding down to the nearest zero. So 7 2 instead of 7 3 here, when rounding up, it was like from 61.728, it was rounding up to a higher number, right? 61.73. But here in round down, it is rounding up to 61.72. And in similar way, we can do the other formulas by copying it down until by clicking your left mouse button and copying the formula. And the other formulas can also be copied. And so these are the results of round up, and round down. If you can see for each one here, since it is 0 to 25.701, so 0 has no value, so it is 25.7. And here it has taken a round, it is rounding to a slightly upper value, similarly like a round up. So both are functioning like the same way. But in round down, it is going to a lower value. The decimal is 31.57. So it is the last decimal is in 7. And here we have the total price as 40.6443, and it has rounded down to two decimals. And here it has done rounding up to a upward number, 50.65. And if you see the last one, it is 83.99. So it has rounded to 84. And the roundup also has done the same thing. And with round down, you have 83.99. So this is how the round up and round down works. Now we are taking the same example and using the round function. And so in the second argument, if we put 0 or -1, you're going to get a whole number. So let's see how we can do this. The first one is done for us. So let's do it again. So is equal to round and open parenthesis and take this number and just in the number of digits which you want, the decimals should be 0. And now let's see what's the output. It is 62. So it is going to round to a whole number because the number of decimals you mentioned it to be 0. Now if you have to round it to the nearest tens, like you want to, the nearest 10 for 61 will be 60. So if you want to round it to the nearest 60, so we will take -1. Okay, so let's do it again. So is equal to round and take the number and then press -1 and then close the parenthesis. Now let's press enter. Now you got here rounding it to the nearest 10. So it is 60. So let's copy down these formulas again by clicking your left mouse button. And here, if you can see, it is rounded to tens, and here it is rounded to the nearest whole number. Okay, this in with 0 decimals. But if you're mentioning -1, it will be rounded to the nearest tens. Now, if you want in hundreds, suppose now this is 554.638. Now, here we have rounded it to 10, so we are getting it 550. But if you want to round it to the nearest 100, so at that time you will take is equal to round and take the number D28 reference and then put -2 for this and then press enter. So here the nearest 100 for 550 will be 54 will be 600. So this is how you work with round down and round up formulas. I hope I clarified all your doubts. If you have any other suggestions, please put it in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video and please subscribe to the channel.